All right, welcome back, generals, to another Let's Fix Generals 0 Hour to make the best game ever. Okay, we are still building the GUI, Graphical User Interface. Okay, last video we have made some good progress, but I think we are not yet done. I was thinking that maybe okay, so one thing I thought about was, I think there is a small bug in our work queue. And that is the quit. Since we now have the concept of chaining commands, there can be the case that you start a command, the command takes some time, in the meantime you press a quit button, so it will get to the quit, but after the quit there would be more commands which were pushed by the chained commands, right? So quit does not necessarily need to be the last command in the list. So I think we need a different strategy here. While true, wait DQ. I think what we can do is we put a boolean here, quit false. Then we say here, if the quit comes in, we set quit to true and break. And we say if m quits, returns false, attempts to dequeue an element. If the queue is empty, returns false instead. So here we say if not try dequeue, break. Queue is empty, and we can quit. Queue is empty. quit. Queue is empty, quit. Yeah. Queue is finally empty, quit. Okay, then we can remove this go to quit, and we can remove this. Okay, so now the flow is we get a quit command, and there can be any amount of quit commands, hundreds. Yeah, they come in and they set mquit to true. And so if quit is true, it will try dequeue if there's anything else left in the queue. And if the queue is empty, we are done. Then we break out of this loop and the thread will finish. And if not quit, then it will do the blocking wait on the queue and keep on waiting. Yeah, I think that that is more robust. Let's put a comment here. DQ and, well, it's self-explanatory. Here we can also put not null pointer. Okay, I think this will work. Let's see, let's put a breakpoint here. Actually, this doesn't even have to be, this doesn't even have to be a member. It could be local. Bool quit false. Well, well, we can have a state here. It's busy. What is this doing? It's joinable. Bool is quitting. Const. Can do this volatile. Return quits. Okay, let's exit. Okay, so quit, true, break. And we get a crash because why? Oh. Hold on. Why is this crashing? I mean, we should not use it. That I understand, but why is it crashing? Command is here. It's a unique pointer. It's perfectly fine. Quit. True. Ah, because result is empty. I see. Okay. Right, right. So the question I have now is, should the quit command go into the result queue? I don't think so. Because it would be just immediate result, but it's just piped through. It doesn't do anything. So let's put a comment here. Results. Result could be consumed by the callback now. By the callee. By the callback callee now. Okay, let's say if result is not null pointer, then this. Or we put a continue here. I mean, we kind of expect that we get a result, right? Well, not all commands need to give a result, right? There could be maybe a command that gives no results, like the quit. Yeah, I think that's fine. We just put it like so. Let's put a comment. Not all commands need to return a result. The result could be consumed by the callback callee now. Okay. Okay, I think this works. Let's see. Exit. Okay. Break. Null. And now it should go here. Quit. True. Try dequeue. And it's empty, so it will break and done. And then you can also remove this here. Okay, this is great. This is good. Okay, there's another thing that I was thinking about, and that is why don't we put here different strings for executable and PDB, right? Then we can select separate config and separate files for these things, and we don't just need to input one, right? I think that would make sense. Then we also don't need an input type. And there's another thing. Maybe we shouldn't save that it's busy, but we should actually save the command ID that is currently processing, so that we have some information as to what it is currently working on, right? So perhaps this should be SD atomic. What was it? Work queue. Command ID. Let's put it here using work queue command ID. And we make this that. Then we change this and this and this. And let's see if there are any other uint now. Uint 32. Nothing. Okay. And then we use this here and we put it here. And we call this active command ID. using invalid command ID. Inline const expr this equals this. Okay, and so we initialize this guy with this. Then we say can modify is if active command ID is not invalid. Okay, let's remove this. And then we put active command is busy. Okay, let's search for all is busies. Okay, descriptor. So here active command ID equals invalid command ID. And the same here. Maybe make a function here. Invalidate command ID void, and that simply sets that. So descriptor, and we just call that. Yeah. Okay, and then here we set active command ID, and we set that to command dot command ID. And the same here. Yeah. Okay, and this should also work, but the upside is that we now have a little bit more information about what is actually it's waiting on. And not just that it is busy doing something, right? Okay, then we can remove this. And this should work. Let's see. All right. And Okay, we did a mistake. It's now all grayed out. Can modify. Okay. It needs to be equal this. Yeah. There we go. Okay. And now we click load, and that works. Excellent. Okay, cool. Cool. Then the next step, I would say, we Thyme.config.json. So I would say we add so the way it currently works is like the same way the command line works, but this gives less flexibility. So for example, here we couldn't specify a different, like let's say we load the PDB. Here we couldn't specify different config files for PDB and game and executable, right? So, and it's also like here you don't intuitively see that it will also load the Thyme.exe as well. Like it's not entirely clear. Okay, I say we change this to, yeah, okay. Okay. Then let's create new fields. Std string. Let me see. Executor. Okay, so config file. Yeah. Okay, let's put this comment. Put this comment here. When not invalid. Okay. Let's call this exe file name. Or just exe file. Yeah, file name. Then we do pdb file name. Then here we do exe config. pdb file name and pdb config file name. Then we set this to auto and this to auto. And strictly speaking, we could set this to auto as well, because if we set a PDB file, we get the executable file name from the PDB. So we could also set it to auto. Yeah. Okay, let's see. This would mean that we can effectively remove all this. We don't need the input type anymore because it's implicit here. Okay, let's see. Let's comment this out. Then here we would also say can load let's rename this to can load. And then we set it to exe file name. Oof. So not empty. Oof. Well, there need to be some conditions here. So if PDB file name so we need to load. We can load if PDB file name. Wait, hold on. Yeah, let's just say if yeah, I would say if one of these is simply not empty, I think that's simply enough. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's good enough. Well, hold on. That would mean that the button is always green because exe file name always has auto str. No, okay, let's make it not auto, but someone can put auto. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, let's try this. Okay, so we got a bunch of errors here. Okay. Get config file name. Config file. Okay, let's rename this to exe config file name and PDB. Exe file name. Exe config file name. Okay. PDB config file. Okay. Then here we do Input file. Okay, let's see. Here we do if input type. Input type. Input type. So switch input type. Case input type exe, input type PDB, input type. Can this be put file empty? Put file. Yeah. Defaults. Okay. So if it's an executable, then we put CLO descriptor exe file name equals this, and exe config file will be just that. Okay, and then if it's a PDB, let's put a break here. Break exe input file input. I think here we just put auto str. I think this makes sense. Famous last words. Break. Okay, good. Let's keep moving. Okay, next. Then here, load PDB async. I think it means that we can also now remove this guy here. Maybe. Um, well, the problem is if we use PDB to write the exe file name, then we can introduce race issue because the thread that works on the queue will write to the string. Meantime, the UI might read from the string, so this will race against each other. That's not good. So we need to well, we can always add a lock. No. Yeah, we can add a lock. Hold on, I will be right back. Okay, we need to be careful here. I need to be careful. Okay, it would be nice that if we, if maybe what? let's add a comment here. Must be modified by UI only. Must be modified by work queue thread only. UI thread only. Must be modified by UI thread only. Must be not editable when commands are processed. When the work queue threads works on this descriptor. I wonder if this unique pointer should also be atomic. So that, let's say, so that if we write it on the work queue, that the UI most certainly gets a correct result. So maybe it should be atomic. Can we do that? Atomic unique pointer. I don't know. It's not complaining. Atomic unique pointer. Atomic operations on unique pointer. No standard atomic functions. Doesn't work with smart pointers. the problem is like even if we like could atomically get this pointer, like the moment we access it one line later, it could already be invalidated. So atomic on pointer, that doesn't make sense. So instead, we need to make sure to not read these things in UI when this is set. Yeah, I think so. Must be modified by work queue thread only. UI must not access this when asynchronous commands are running. Okay, must be modified by UI thread only. Must be not editable when the work queue threads works on this descriptor. Must be modified by work queue thread only. UI must not access this when asynchronous commands are running. Has pending asynchronous commands running when not invalid. Okay, I hope it is kind of clear. Yeah. Okay, but I think it's fair. We just don't look into this thing when this is running. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, let's get back to imgui up. Okay, so here the command descriptor pdb file name, and then we do, hold on. No, pdb config. I mean, we can write the config, but we're not reading it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Good. PDB file name. Yeah, that's correct. And here, load exe async. Okay, so create exe file name. Get config descriptor. So here's exe config file name. Input file. Config file. Let's add another field here, std string pdb, no, xe file name from pdb. And we assign that here. Descriptor, that. Okay. I think we can remove this and this and this. So basically, we have now a second exe file name from PDB, and we can use this to here. So we say we say const std string xe xe file name equals descriptor xe file name not equals auto str question mark. If yes, then we take this otherwise take that. I'm not 100% sure if this is all legit. There could be bugs. Config file. And here we need to say get config file name. Descriptor. I think this is correct. Maybe. Okay. Okay, so the idea is that we save this guy here from the PDB. Then we load it here. If it's auto str and not empty. So if exe file name equals auto str, equal no case, if equal no case, okay, so if exe file name is that and this is not empty, well, it makes sense, yeah. It makes sense. Maybe we should okay, we are never calling this. Maybe we should. Maybe we don't need it. Let's comment it out for now. Okay, but what I think we should do is move this guy into a function. Let's do std string evaluate real exe file name const. Then we put it up here. Put that here, there. And then take this and this, return that. Exe file name auto-str So if exe file name equals auto-str and this one is not empty, then we take this one, otherwise this one. Evaluate real exe file name. Yeah. Well, let's say like this. Okay, but then we can also have this here. Let's move this here. Let's call this evaluate config file name. Evaluates. Okay. Okay. I hope we make no mistakes here. But so far so good. Okay. Load input async. Let's rename this to load async. Sorry. Load async. I think we no longer need this one. Or do we? Actually we do, but we need to rewrite it. If the script dot empty, not empty. So if this is not empty, then we load pdb async. Else, if not exe file name async, then empty, then we load this one. Else assert cannot load undefined file. Then we can remove this here. Okay, that looks simple enough. Good. Okay, then we just have the UI stuff left to do. Let's see. File dialog button. Good, so this one, input file dialog. Input. Okay. So I think we pretty much removed this entire thing. Right. And that means we can also remove this. And then, so we need let's do this first. Okay, exe config file. Exe config file. That somehow doesn't work. Why? Descriptor. Config file name. Exe config file name. There we go. Okay. Then we call this exe config file dialog. We call this exe config file. That. Tooltip on hover auto. Yeah. So here we do exe config file name. Get config file name. Get exe or evaluate exe config file name. Yeah. Auto str evaluates to that. Okay. Tooltip and hover auto. And then we do the same. We do the same for PDB. PDB config file. PDB. 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 That was simple enough. Okay, now input file. Input file. Let's change that to executable file. Well, just exe file. Exe file name. And exe. Actually, this is wrong because this way we can't select the .dot file, right? So how about we put I think we need to revisit this, yeah. Executable file. Program file. Program. Exe file dialog. Exe. Okay, let's make a copy of this. Here. PDB file. PDB file name. PDB. Program database. PDB. 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 Program PDB file. Okay, and then we remove this. There we go. Okay. And here we put input text with hint, program file, auto-str, and this. All right, then let's remove this and this, and then we put tooltip on hover auto. If exe file name is auto-str and let's rename this to has is and descriptor dot can modify evaluate exe file name. Then I think what we should also do here descriptor exe file name from pdb.clear and load exe. And here we should say if descriptor pdb reader equals null pointer, then also clear. Evaluate exe file name. Evaluate exe file name. Descriptor. Okay, let's add a little bit of spacing here to make it a bit more readable. Okay, so basically here, if the PDB reader is null, then we need to clear this guy. Yeah. Because it would mean it's from a older session, so to say. Right? Exe file name from PDB. Clear. Exe file name. This is wrong. Why do we handle it always reference? Pre-tip text. Okay, this so far looks all correct. No, not yet. Evaluate exe file name .cstr and exe this here's a little bit hard to read. How about we do if that return that else return that. Maybe that's a bit easier to read. Okay, let's cache this here. Std const std string. Those, by the way, should be PDB fine here. Std string exe file name. Okay. Then we put this here. And here. Okay. This is a bit stupid that it first has to test it once and then here it tests once more. Yeah, not a big deal, I guess. How many of these do we have now? Options. How about we create a helper function here? Because this is a bit hard to read here. So how about we say is auto str, and then we just pass a bool. I guess we can just pass const std string str is auto str, and this one return equal no case. There we go. And then here we also say if is auto str here, and just like that, it's much easier to read. Same here and here. All right. And here we can do the same as auto str. Okay, let's see where else this is accessed. Here. So we say is auto str. Okay. Ta-ta. All right. Oops. Okay. I think that makes it a little bit easier to read. We have one more here. Is auto str. I wonder if this should be here. Not sure. Basically, I mean, it can be the case that this one is not set yet. And so if we call this, it would just pipe through to auto. Yeah. How about we say if this is also auto str, then this, else this auto evaluates when PDB file is read. when the PDB file is read. Then we remove this. Okay, I think this is correct. Well, apart from this compiler error. Okay, so let's see what we got. There we go. Okay, so we have a lot of autos. Auto evaluates when the PDB file is read. Auto evaluates to auto.config.json. Okay, here we have a problem. I think something is not right here. Okay, first of all, I saw there's a text error. PDB. Let's call this program config file. So, okay, so this is correct. Yeah, auto evaluates. Okay, let's do the following. And descriptor dot exe file name empty, not empty. And here we do not. Okay, but I still see another problem. Here, auto evaluates to auto.config. Let me think about this. Auto. So when so this should also say the same thing as this one, essentially. Let me see. So execonfig file, this one. Evaluate execonfig file name. Execonfig. Evaluate execon. Okay. This is also wrong here. We need to take this here, pass this here. Yeah. How about we move this to the top, because it's coming before the for the configs. Okay, so config file depends on this evaluation and this one. Exe file name. Yeah. So when this is auto, then it should evaluate to this function name here, right? To this the name that this function returns here, like this or this. Yeah. Okay, and how do we show it in our UI? So I think we also need something like this. Let's see. Let's copy this whole thing. Exe config file. Good. So this. So is auto str? Yes. Is auto str. Yeah. And not this. And can modify. Hover out. Okay. S evaluate exe config file. So S. So this should say this, else that, right? Oops. Else that. Let's call this config. By the way, here we have violated our naming convention, of course. Oops. So config file name. That's that. Okay. Then we can delete this. Config file name. We can also delete, remove this. Okay. Okay, this is correct. So the executable config file name is auto. And this one is not empty. And we can modify. Then we evaluate the config file name, yeah, and we check if that is auto. Hold on, that is wrong. That is wrong. This is wrong. Because this will never be true, because it will be auto.config.json. Okay. This is wrong. Why? How can we fix it? Oh, let's see. The config file name will be evaluate exe config file name. Ugh. We can make this check here. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Make this. Let me move this here. I think this is correct now, but I'm not. I'm not 100% on this. It's easy to make mistakes. Good. Let's have a look. Okay. Evaluates. Okay. Thyme.config.json. Evaluates to game.config.json. Game.config.json. And this one gives nothing. PDB config file. What is this? What is this? Because this is empty. Okay, that's correct then. So we would first have to type something here. Yeah. Okay, so far so good. So far so good. Program file, config file. Yeah. Okay, so then let's load this. Okay, that is loaded. And here, let's load this guy. And now it has updated here the file. And now it says auto evaluates to this file and this. Amazing. But we can leave it on auto. It doesn't have to change because that's actually our input. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I think this is much better than what we had before. It gives more flexibility. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. If I didn't make a mistake. But so far it looks decent. Yeah. Good. Then let's clean up our mess. File exit. Okay. Then let's clean up ImGUI app. Okay, so we remove all this garbage and this garbage. By the way, I just okay. Good to do. Okay, let's take out the trash here and here. All right. And here. Okay. Anything else? There's probably more trash here. Hold on. Yeah, here's trash. And there's more trash. And some more. Okay. Good. Yeah. Good. Okay. Then let's take a look. What is the next thing we want to do? Right, we need to implement the save config stuff, right? So you can load this. And save config. Let me take a look. Save config. Data thyme.config.json. What is in here? Just a bunch of trash. Yeah. Okay, let's implement that. Let's delete the Thyme config JSON. So, and then PDB, no, work queue. Here, save PDB, right. Okay, so we already have all this implemented here in the queue and in the runner, I think. So we just need to add it to our imgui app. Okay, good. Then let's move this function up here. Here, move it here. All right. And then we add here void save config async. Okay, and then we also pass the descriptor and save exe config and pdb config. I think. Let's see. Right. There we go. Da, 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 da. Ta, ta, ta. Ta, ta, ta. Okay, so Save config. Mm. Mm. Um. Hmm. Hmm. So the plan here would be to just no, they can't run in parallel. They can't, because they can write to the same JSON file. So these also need to run one after the other. So we also need to chain. Yeah, it doesn't matter which order, I think. Cannot save undefined config file. Hold on. Executable empty. This is incomplete. Yeah. This is incomplete. How about we move it to the CPP? This is incorrect because can save config if this is null pointer and pdb config file name here empty, not empty, return true. If this and not pdb config file name, return true, otherwise return false. Okay. Okay, so can save config, and then we go here. How about we do can load Okay, can load exe, can load pdb, can save exe config and pdb config. Now here one could argue maybe we'd need an enum that we can combine flags and yeah, because it's maybe getting out of hand here with those functions. Maybe we should have an enum. Yeah, I guess it's fine for now. Return not this. Return not pdb file name dot empty. Return okay, now these lines getting much shorter, so maybe we can inline it back. Let's see. Yeah, it's short enough. Executable, config file name. Okay, can load, and here we return can load this or can load that. Yeah. And here we return can save that or can save that. There we go. Okay. Well, then we can delete it again from here. How about that? And we remove too much. Okay. Good. What else? Then with this in place, we can now save config. Save config. Okay, so let's change this to can descriptor can load pdb can load exe. Okay, and then we do the same here. Can descriptor can save pdb config, else can save exe config, and then okay. Okay, let's compile that. Can't save config. Must return a value, of course. Return or return. There we go. Okay, so now we need to let's start with the executable. Let's copy this as our template. So config file name exe file. Yeah. Good. So config file name is evaluate exe config file name. Good. Config file name, and we do save exe config file name. Command config file get config I think here we should also call descriptor evaluate. Which essentially does the same thing, but I think it's better we have it. Yeah, it's okay. We do a little bit extra work, but I think this is cleaner. Okay, so descriptor save exe config file. What does this take? Executable and config file. Okay, so descriptor executable. Okay, what else does it take? That's it. Okay, so we delete these guys, and the callback is save exe config, save exe config. Descriptor and validate. Yeah, we are not really doing anything with the result yet, but it is there. There is a success. Yeah, I think for now we simply not do anything with it. To do use results. Actually, let's leave that for later. It's not important. Okay, and for PDB config file, we would do the same. PDB config file name, save PDB config, PDB reader, oops, config. Let's rename this. File name. File name. So save PDB, this assert save PDB config, save PDB config, use result invalid. Okay, and here we now need to do this. Here PDB hold on, reset the descriptor else descriptor invalidate. Okay, how about we move this here? Maybe not. Oops, what happened? Okay, so here we say, hold on. There's still a mistake here. If descriptor and descriptor can load exe. Load exe async. Okay, so here we say if descriptor can save exe config, chain save config file when chain save config. Yeah, we don't really need this comments. Well, actually, chain save config file when this one is done. Config files can be appended. Because config files can be merged. Config file contents can be merged. Chain save next config file when this one is done, because config file contents can be merged, can be saved into the same file. Okay. Okay, and here we say, oops, save exe config async descriptor. Why is this not working? Oh, this. There we go. Okay. Okay. Error. Error. Oof. What's the error? No overloaded function could convert all the argument types. PDB config. PDB config. What? We should probably put an assert here that the scripter executable is not expected to be null pointer. And here PDB reader. Actually, we can simplify this to can save exe config. Can save PDB config. Right. Can load PDB PDB. And can load exe. Okay. And change save next config file when this one is done, because config file contents can be saved into the same file. Okay, I still don't understand the compiler order. It's on both. No overloaded function could convert all the argument types. Hey. Save pdb config. Oh. .get, right? There we go. Oops. Okay. So, save config should work now. Let's see if that is true. Okay, so right now we don't have a config file for Thyme here. So we click on load. It has loaded. And now it will save to thyme.config and thyme.config.json. So it's to the same file. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Save config. Nothing happened. Because we didn't hook it up. Right. Let's go to our button. Where is it? Here. There we go. Save config. Save config async. Descriptor. There we go. Let's try again. Can save config. Okay. Yeah, okay. Good. Load. Yeah, and save. Okay, that was fast. Flash. And that is beautiful. Let's look at it. PDB compilance. Yeah. So the compilance here. It just says compilance. Okay, let's see. Let's put a breakpoint in here. So, save pdb config. Let's put a breakpoint here. Right. Success true. Descriptor. Oh. Can't save xeconfig is false. Why? Executable not now. Xeconfig file name not empty. Executable is empty. Why is executable empty? Okay. So somehow, maybe something is wrong here. Let's see. Load. Can load PDB. Good. We step in here. We put a breakpoint here. And we assign a PDB reader. Result empty. Descriptor. We have a PDB reader, and the descriptor says can load exe. Yes. Thyme. Thyme.exe. Load exe. PDB reader. Callback. Executable.reset. Executable. Executable move. Okay, well, we definitely have it now. I don't understand. Descriptor. Executable is there now. Why was it not there before? Okay, let's restart our debug session. Let's do a fresh run. Load. PDB reader. Ah, it's because we didn't set this yet, right? No. Huh? I'm confused. Auto. Cannot. Okay, it's, this so far works properly. Res. Okay, so everything seems to be fine. What's the problem? Save config. Breakpoints. Why is executable empty? What? Why is this empty? Who touched it? Huh? That makes no sense. How is this? Who's touching this? Somehow someone reset it. Let me see. Oh, look at that. Why is this there? Okay, I see. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. This happens when copy pasting things around. Yeah. Okay, let's try this again. Loads. Save. All right. Da 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 da. Descriptor. Now it's set. Very good. That should now return. Yes, res. Success. Validates. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, let's remove all the breakpoints. And this should now have saved. Yeah, so now we have also the other things in here. Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah. Okay, great. This config saving works very well. Okay, what's the time? 2 hours 47, yeah. I think we can take a break now because we have a clean accomplishment. Yeah, so loading executable, PDB, and saving the configs all works. Yeah, unless of course there are some bugs, but I'm not aware. To me, everything's perfect. Yeah. Okay, great. This was quite a journey, and the class is already quite a bit big, and it doesn't even have the juicy content for the core functionality. This is just loading files, very basic. But it does it so async. I think that's the big complication, the async. Right. Threading is always hard. Makes the whole flow more difficult, but it has to be async. Otherwise, it would block the UI when you click buttons, and that it's not what we want. We want everything smooth, smooth butter. Yeah. Okay, what we now need to add next is we need some indication that this has been loaded, like a check mark or something, green check mark, that the program file is loaded and the PDB file is loaded. Check something. And I would also like to have like an overlay here when it's processing it, when it's loading it, like a short loading bar showing the command ID that it's busy. Yeah, that would be nice. And then there's also the auto load, which we have not implemented. Basically, we could say that things that are entered here, it should just auto load it straight away. Yeah, but we're not there yet. Yeah. Let's add a to-do comment there. To-do implement. There we go. Okay, great. But I would say, oh, we got a crash. Wow, cool. What is the problem here? Evaluate. Oh. Okay, hold on. Let's crash. Okay. Now that is not good. The script structured now. Empty. What? What? Oh, so we add an empty... Hold on. Ah, yeah. Okay, so we need to place back. Right. Place back. Place back. Let's remove. There's probably an easier way to write this, but I'm not sure because it doesn't take an argument. Let me see. Place back unique pointer. Push back make unique, yeah. Push unique. So there's no shortcut to this. Yeah, oh, it's not a big deal. I think this is, well, we could also maybe pass this directly. Let's try that. We still need to do this thing here. Yeah. Game dot. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, then we'll take a break now. I wish you a great day or night. Until next time. Goodbye.